over the hills and everywhere.
Welcome to a special presentation we call Freedom Songs. I'm Clarence Horton. On behalf of Cabarrus County and the Cabarrus County Public Libraries, we'd like to welcome you not only to share a special moment in our history, but an invitation to attend a companion program sponsored by your local public library. During the troubled years which preceded the divisive war of the 1860s, the enslaved people of the South were forbidden to read or write, to dance the traditional dances of their African heritage, to worship in their traditional faiths, or to play the drums and other musical instruments. They were encouraged by their owners to attend their local Christian churches, and they usually did so, sitting in separate sections or in balconies which were specially constructed for them. Following emancipation in 1865, the freed people formed their own congregations. Historic First United Presbyterian Church USA was founded in 1867 by Reverend Luke Dorland, a Northern Presbyterian minister who also founded Barbara Scotia College. And also his work led to the organization of Belafonte Presbyterian Church on Rocky River Road in Cabarrus County. Barbara Scotia College was first founded in 1867 as Scotia Seminary by Reverend Dorland. It was intended to provide a quality education for young women of color. After its merger with Barber College, it took its present name. Although both First United Presbyterian Church USA and Belafonte Presbyterian Church will celebrate their 140th anniversaries this year, they are not the oldest African American church in Cabarrus County. That distinction, according to Reverend Harold Robinson, who wrote the first history of African American people in Cabarrus County, goes to Zion Hill AME Zion Church, which still serves its congregation in Concord on Skipwith Street, and which was founded in 1859 during the last years of slavery. Although slaves embraced the Christian religion and traditional Protestant worship, they tried to retain as much as possible of their own heritage and customs. They created an entirely new type of American music, the spiritual, which blended African rhythms with American verses. With that music, they were able to express their longing for freedom, their patient acceptance of suffering, and their belief that eventually justice would triumph. African American Christians closely identified with the story of Moses and the Hebrew children. In songs such as Go Down Moses, with its haunting refrains, they were able to express their innermost desire for freedom and for liberation. Other songs spoke about their enslaved condition and were filled with secret codes and double meanings. For example, Steal Away encouraged those who were thinking about running away from their enslaved condition.
Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away home. I ain't got long.
Songs such as Wade in the Water gave good practical advice to those who were seeking to avoid the trackers who followed runaway slaves.
Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade out in the water, 'cause it's gonna trouble the water. See?
They sang longingly of crossing the Jordan River, another name for the Ohio River, because on the northern side of that river lay the free country and the land of Canaan, the sweet land of Canaan that they were seeking at that time. Still other songs gave advice on seeking help from those who ran the Underground Railway. Songs such as Gospel Train and Swing Low, Sweet Chariot reminded the runaway slave to look for helpers along their journey north. After emancipation, the old songs were not quite as popular among the freed people, perhaps reminding them too much of their sad past. Collections of them were published, however, and then they were revived briefly during the Renaissance of the 1920s. During the middle of the 20th century, the Civil Rights Movement, the spirituals once again came to the forefront as songs of encouragement for both marchers and protesters during those troubled years. Many performers who love the old songs have become concerned that their purity and meaning are being lost. Mr. Calvin Earl, who acts as a goodwill ambassador for the African American spiritual, has become determined to work toward preserving the spirituals for our generation and for future generations. Mr. Earl was a native North Carolinian, born into a musical family, and was considered himself to be quite a musical prodigy as a child. He now lives in New Jersey. Through his efforts, a joint resolution was introduced in the Congress in 2006, which seeks to name the African American spiritual as a genuine American treasure. Mr. Earl has sung and lectured at such venues as Carnegie Hall and at the Kennedy Performing Arts Center. Through his efforts, he's determined to help preserve the oral traditions and the heritage which the spiritual seeks to encapsulate. Through the generosity of local sponsors, our public libraries at Kannapolis and at Concord will present concerts by Mr. Earl on Saturday, March the 10th. At 10 a.m., he will perform at the train station on South Main Street in Kannapolis. Later that day at 3 o'clock p.m., he will appear in the second floor auditorium of the Concord Library on North Union Street. Both of these concerts are, of course, open to the public, and there is no admission charge. We hope that all of you who want to learn more about the meaning and tradition embodied in these beautiful songs will join us on that date and become a part of a special moment in the history of this special place, this Cabarrus. I hope to see you then.
I know my Lord